Hey, cosmic friends. Welcome back to another episode of
The Spiritual Gaze.
I am one of your hosts, Angel.
I'm your other host, Brandon. This is our twice monthly podcast dedicated to exploring the wide reaches of spirituality without pretending that it all makes sense.
Yes, 2 moons ago, you saw us. And here we are back.
More than 2 moons. just one.
It was like
so many moons.
like 6 moons ago, probably, is where we were.
Is a moon every time the moon changes signs?
I guess. I don't know. It's just we say twice moonsly.
Yeah.
I know it's a play on month, but
it
just
I guess
makes me
it's
think there's been 2.
Twice monthly. Well, I think in the old days, a moon was like every time the moon was full. So if you were like, many moons ago, it was like many full moons ago.
Oh, okay.
So technically it hasn't even been a single moon because we haven't even gotten to the full moon yet.
No, it hasn't.
But regardless.
Here we are. Well, thank you all for tuning in. Now we've explained the monthly situation. You're welcome.
Well, we did make a decision on the way here
that
we are going to be releasing these episodes with the moons because Jupiter is in Cancer and we really want to acknowledge how we want to live our life in relationship with the moon for the next year, if not longer. So the episodes are going to come out new moon and full moon or close to it.
Yeah, which makes sense. It's funny that we weren't doing that ever in the past.
It's because we're rigid.
Yeah.
But I told Angel, I was like, we ain't got no sponsor. We ain't got no boss person telling us you have to. So fuck it. We're releasing with the moon.
Yeah. We were playing by those old traditional podcast rules, but fuck those. We're throwing them out.
Yeah. So get ready.
Yeah.
World.
Yeah. Uranus is moving into Gemini. A little tease. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later.
Time for a revolution in the way you communicate.
Speaking of revolutions, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi. Hi. I'm Angel Lopez. I am a writer. I am a film producer, and I am also an astrologer and a teacher of all metaphysical things. And your husband as well.
Yeah, don't forget that.
Yes.
Most important role you play.
That is true. And parent to our dog, Coyote.
I know. Do you think we could bring Coyote here?
I don't know.
That'd be a mess. But it'd be good to get one of those cardboard cutouts and we could just put it right here, So he's his presence is...
Yeah, I don't know. Even that might be a bit of a mess.
He is Uranus and Gemini, isn't he?
He very much is.
Seriously.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know if that would work out, but something to consider for the future. Yes. Please introduce yourself.
Just to make this place feel more like our home,
Yeah. I get it.
Can throw my shoes everywhere. I'm Brandon Alter. I am so many things, and I'm doing them all today, which is very interesting. I started out with some writing, and now we're doing the podcast where I think of myself as the healer and the intuitive that I am. And then later I'm going to teach a little Pilates. And then, so I'm all of these. I'm all of these things. I'm a teacher. I'm a healer. I'm a writer. I'm a sinner. I'm a saint. I'm your hell. I'm your dream. I'm nothing in between. You wouldn't have it any other way. I don't actually know the lyrics to that song.
Oh, right. What song is that again?
I'm a bitch. I'm a lover. I'm a child. I'm a mother. I'm a sinner. I'm a saint.
Yes.
I do not feel the shame. The shame.
Sure. I assumed it was there's been a lot of musical theater playing in our lives.
Yes.
Brandon is working on a musical. And so I was.
You thought it was a
moment.
Musical?
Yeah, I was
no, isn't that
is this
Melissa
from Camelot?
Etheridge?
What are we doing?
Isn't that Melissa Etheridge?
No, it was Meredith Brooks.
Oh.
What's her name?
Wait, are you sure?
Well, I think that was her stage name.
Really?
No, I mean, if that's what she made as her stage name, that's a wild stage name. Just Meredith Brooks.
That's who sang that song?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Did she have any other songs that she sang?
I mean, I'm sure she had full albums, but that's the song that made her.
That's the one.
Gave her a moment.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm 99.9% sure her name was Meredith Brooks. I mean, I was of very much concert going and alt pop music listening age at that time.
Okay, well, all I can think of is Meredith Marks and her son Brooks.
Oh my
and now
God,
we have
that's
Meredith
hysterical.
Brooks, which is very weird.
Oh my God, I didn't even connect that.
That's literally all I've been thinking about while we've been talking about Meredith Brooks. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well,
All right. Well,
there
that
we
was a
have it.
messy introduction.
Why don't we do a check-in? Let's
Okay.
just slide on in,
Let's
shall
just slide
we?
on in,
Why don't
yeah.
you begin?
Okay. All right. Angel's right. I have been feverishly working on my musical. It's so weird to be working on something alone for so long and wonder if you're like delusional, if like anything's going to come of it. And then all of a sudden I have an opportunity to like put the piece in front of some like very important musical theater people. And so I am just like doing everything I can do to get it in gorgeous shape to make a really good first impression. And I obviously like want to release it with a good moon. So I mean, by the time this podcast comes out, I will have already done it. But as of the recording of this podcast, I have about 48 hours before I'm going to send this sucker off. And so I've been listening to a lot of musicals. And I think for me, my creative process, maybe it's like my Saturn and Scorpio, my Pluto and Scorpio, my South Node and Scorpio. I am like very secretive about how I do it. Like I do it under the cloak of darkness. And I
Secretive.
yeah, I know. And I also don't allow a lot of like outside creativity in when I'm working on something. Obviously, my life informs what's happening. And I've been writing this over the last 5 years. So it's not like I haven't like watched a TV show or a musical, but I haven't been actively trying to explore other creative projects that might help me with mine. But now I'm at the point of the creative process where that's like really useful. So all of a sudden I'm like making a list of like musicals I really love or musicals that I should return to because I really don't like them, but it could be really useful for me. And so I'm like just like in my full musical theater faggotry right now. And I'm like, and I'm loving it. I'm just loving it.
I'm enjoying it as well
Are
from
you?
the sidelines.
Well, because you also are a musical theater faggot.
Yeah,
So it's,
no, totally.
Yeah. So that's really what's going on. And my solar return chart had me as a Virgo moon this year. And I understand that now because I am just like working so hard. I'm working so hard. I'm still learning how to work with these cameras, you know, like this is a new experience here because we never were filmed before.
Yeah. For those of you who have just been listening to us,
you can watch us on YouTube.
Yeah, you can actually watch this now.
Yeah, you can see me awkwardly look at the camera and be like, why am I looking at this camera? I'm going to find a way. I'm just going to imagine I'm just going to choose a different gazer every week. And I'm just going to imagine that like Taylor Shirley is that camera.
Oh, I love that.
What up, seamstress?
It's like those, that show from when I was like the tiniest of children, Romper Room.
You've mentioned Romper Room before.
I think I have, yeah.
Yeah.
But I always said like, yeah, it was vocally, but now I could actually look at the camera and be like, hello out there, you know, Anna, how are you?
Oh.
You know?
Yeah. That's my check-in. I'm just I'm just working hard. I'm working harder than I have in a while.
You are.
Like teaching a lot of Pilates and writing and
I know you're having fun with the Pilates. You're out in the world teaching classes.
I am having fun with the Pilates.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming out. I'm coming out of my hiding.
Oh. I was going to say, because like the world knows that you are queer as fuck. Like it just, if queer was an aroma, you'd be looking at it.
You'd be smelling it. But also, I mean, I'm sure it's in a gorgeous bottle. The queer aroma is in a gorgeous bottle.
Oh, totally. Should we start a fragrance line called Queer Aroma?
We can barely keep a podcast going. I don't think we should make any more businesses.
Is the merch still available?
I should look into that. I think so. I think it's evergreen, but maybe not. Yeah.
Yeah, we had merch. I need a new Spiritual Gaze water bottle.
Yeah? What happened to the old one?
I actually think I gave it away. I think I gave it to a friend.
Didn't you give it to
I'll get another
Lou?
one. Yeah, I was like, I'll get another one. And I never did.
Okay. Between now and the next moon, I will check the merch and make sure it's still up and running.
The next full moon or the next moon?
Before the next podcast.
Okay, fair.
Before the next podcast.
Okay, good.
So we can update everybody.
Okay, good.
Yeah. All right. Please check in with me.
Yeah.
What's happening in your heart and your mind and your body?
What is happening in my mind, my heart, my body? Well, those are very different things. You know, we have many different bodies going on, our emotional bodies, our spiritual bodies, and none of mine talk to each other. I have no idea. No idea what's happening at any given time. I'm constantly just sending, carrier pigeons back and forth to all my different bodies. But I mean,
What a wild interior landscape you have.
It's gorgeous.
Just like carrier pigeons going. All right.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's just like
It's so like analog. It's
like
a
mystical land. No, it's a mystical land.
Uh-huh.
It's probably more like a carrier dragon.
Oh,
is what I should say.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's. Have you seen Lord of the Rings?
No.
That's what my interior landscape looks like.
Got it.
It's like a vast wasteland connecting castles.
Oh God.
Yeah.
A wasteland connecting castles?
Yeah, and the castles are all my bodies.
Take that to therapy, girl.
I have to find a new therapist first. Okay, where were we? We're talking about me, the state of me.
All your
As you can
bodies.
see, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. My creative mind is firing.
You know what? That it is.
Yeah, I have been writing. I've been deep back into my writing mode, which has been so much fun for me. I, was so much of a writer as a child, and went to school for playwriting, and that was just like what defined me for so long. And I've been really on this long hiatus from it. I've always talked about I am a writer, but I, even as I was saying it for some of those years, I wasn't like consistently doing it, or I was writing astrology blogs or things that weren't like of like a fictional creative space, which is my favorite. And so being back in that zone for me has been really fun. And I do feel like it has, woken up this piece of my brain in a way that I enjoy quite a bit.
I enjoy it too.
Good. I'm glad.
It's very witty.
But it's interesting. I wonder, obviously dreams are a whole other thing, but I do find my dreams having even more of like a narrative component to them. I don't know how much that's connected to my creativity. I know imagination and dreams sort of sit in a similar pocket.
North Node in Pisces.
Exactly. We're very much that right now. So, and my South Node is in the 12th house. I have a lot of 12th house. Well, it's an easy place for me though. Like, imagination is easy for me. The 6th house North Node is like, okay, well, how do we take it out of just that invisible space and turn it into something that lives in the day to day?
Yeah.
So that has been, I think, something that has been happening more so. I have been really tackling my creative imaginings on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
And it's super fun. I really, really love it. So my hope is that I can just continue to be in that space for a while. I was trying to remember, are we both Virgo moons this year? I feel like we are.
Really?
I think so.
I thought we were both.
But maybe I'm wrong.
Maybe. I thought we were both Sag risings.
We
for our
are
solar
both
return.
Sag risings. That I know. Yeah.
But are
I
you?
believe, right?
That's what I thought.
I just know we're both. I know we're both. I don't know if that's correct.
Is that not true?
Because I know we're both 4th house suns.
We are.
I thought so. Oh my God! Look,
Wow.
we really.
What a
look,
mess.
at the end of the day, you should know your chart, and I should know mine.
My solar return chart. I just, the only thing I really glommed onto is that I'm pretty sure I'm a Sag rising.
Okay, so then so that's fair.
Which could put my Aquarius sun in the 4th house.
Yeah.
It could.
Yeah. Sag,
It could. Who cares?
Cap, Aquarius. Pisces.
Yeah.
But yeah, it could kind of. I'm 4th house sun, so somehow my 8-degree Aries sun sits at the very tail end of it.
I didn't remember being a 4th house sun in my solar return chart.
You know what? I'm probably lying.
Okay.
What do I know?
All I know is that I'm a Virgo moon because that's a moon that I struggle with. I've grappled with it in the past. And so I remember thinking okay, girl, here's your year to learn how to make amends with that Virgo moon.
Right.
And
Yeah.
now I know why it's so hard, because everyone's so busy. Everyone's just working so hard.
Totally. I know I have a stellium in my 4th house because everything was happening on my birthday. It was all
It's all
connected.
like,
So I know
yeah, it's all
Saturn's
there.
in my 4th, and I feel like everything is pretty much
I know, because you're
there.
afraid that like we're gonna like have to move or sell our house or like.
Right. But now I just want to buy real estate.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope there's some sort of windfall that
I don't know.
happens to you.
Maybe the tiny chef's house is up for sale. Are you familiar with the tiny chef?
I think like no. I mean, I
This-
could
my-
like extrapolate, but I don't think.
Yeah, my check-in's done, but this can be just like a quick add-on.
Okay.
The Tiny Chef is like this little like animated chef who I
Okay.
think had a show on Nickelodeon. But basically, the reason I hadn't really know him, my sister is really obsessed with him.
Okay.
My younger sister, and now my older sister is too. So on our sort of group chats,
There's a lot of tiny chef memes.
yeah, but his show got canceled and they animated like him getting a phone call from Nickelodeon and being told his show got canceled, and he like has this like just sad, emotional weeping moment. Like he hangs up the phone and he just like sits on his bed and just like starts crying, and it's so emotional and so sad. And I couldn't believe it. Like they really humanized the hell out of this tiny chef.
Uh-huh.
And it was just a thing people were passing around. And
It was a show for children because it was on Nickelodeon.
I assume so.
What was like the basis of the show? Was it like a cooking show?
I think so.
For children?
Again, I didn't really watch it.
But it was
I only-
animated? I mean, this sounds fascinating.
Yeah. And he's like a little kind of green, kind of like mushy character. Maybe he's
Oh.
peas. I don't know
He's
what he is.
peas?
I don't know. He's tiny and green.
I have a lot of questions, and you are giving me no answers. You've just like opened up.
All I know is I watched this video that was sent to me.
And
of
you
this,
cried.
Yeah, this sweet tiny little chef he's all excited about his new season. Then he's told like he's being canceled. And then he's all like, but what about, and he has kind of a cute voice. He's like, but what about Pat and Jan? He starts naming all the like crew members. And he's like sad that they are going to be out of jobs.
This is depressing.
All that's to say, the tiny chef's home might be up for sale and I could afford that.
Oh, well, you couldn't fit in it. Also, what home? He's an imaginary character. You're
Allegedly.
insane.
We don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah, he could exist in some other plane.
Wait, so now that he doesn't have a show, he's getting evicted from his house as well, and you're going to buy it?
Look, real estate's a tough
You're
game.
a monster.
I'll sell it back to him at a reasonable cost when he
Okay.
gets a new show,
All right.
which I'm sure he will.
All right.
We all hope. Justice for
it's-
Tiny Chef.
Yeah, it sounds like he's going to be just fine. I'm not worried about Tiny Chef. I'm more worried about us.
Well, I'm going to go back and watch some of that Tiny Chef now that I
Well,
know.
now you're going to have to show me.
Because I have no idea what the show is.
Do you cry every day?
No.
As a Cancer moon, do you cry weekly, do you think?
No. I don't cry weekly.
Oh.
No. I cry at appropriate times. And so some weeks can go by and there's not an appropriate moment. Though, you know what? Now that you say it, though, and now that I'm thinking about it, I guess I probably do cry weekly. Because I will more easily, spontaneously tear up. But it's not like a heavy boo-hoo. But, you know, I will admit, and this is actually a good segue into, you know, we've always talked about we always do dose of realities, which people do enjoy.
They're divisive.
Yeah, but people enjoy, and people were first just like shout outs to everyone. We didn't say it at the top, but everyone who was super excited about us returning, sending messages, commenting on the posts, like, thank you so much for tuning in, for being back, for being excited. Like, just lovely to see that.
Are people
And to receive
excited?
it. Yeah, people were super excited.
That's so
and people
nice.
were commenting like, I love the dose of reality, like Jess loves the dose of reality. We see you and
Well,
I love you.
Jess is going to be disappointed because we ain't doing that this
Yeah,
week.
we're not doing it this week. Because we were talking about like, oh, well, we will do it and we're going to always do it. But then we were like, oh, we watch other things.
We do watch some non-reality.
Yeah. And we're not always going to talk about things like what we watched each week
No,
too.
sometimes
in
we'll
every
talk about what we
episode.
read.
Yes, because we do read. But this week we thought we'd do a dose of non-reality. Okay. So I want to actually start this, and I won't drag it out.
Wait, how does that relate to you crying every week?
Exactly.
Okay.
I am admitting beyond you and our resident Housewives historian, Shawnee Mims, that I have recently binge watched the entire first season of Kathy Bates in Matlock. Which I think now just means that I am entering my senior years. Because I'm watching like full, CBS shows in their entirety.
You fucking love it.
I love it.
You are hooked in.
Oh my God, the storytelling. And I will say, at multiple episodes, just spontaneously cried because Kathy Bates' performance is so riveting and she's so good and she would bring the emotion out of nowhere. And because it's a CBS show, they have flashbacks. Like 30% of the show is flashbacks, even to just scenes that we just saw before the last break. And so it's we're flashing back to her remembering something and you're just like, oh God, Kathy. And then I would just start crying. I cried on the bike at the gym. Because I watched it at the gym on the bike. Which I'm sure all the Gen Z kids working out, walking by, being like, oh, look at that elderly man watching Matlock on the bike. So cute.
Oh my God. Wow.
But anyhow, loving Matlock, giving it my full stamp of approval. And all this dose of non-reality is us basically just talking about the non-reality shows that we do love and we do enjoy.
That's true.
Though some of them we hate to love.
Yes, or love to hate.
Love to hate.
Well, what's interesting is that you and I both will diverge with our narrative television. We won't always watch it together.
No.
You go on your Matlock journey and I'll watch all sorts of sci-fi things that you don't really care to participate in.
True. Yeah.
But we do always share our reality.
Yes.
Which is nice that we share our reality.
We do.
All right, so we want to talk about two shows in this first ever dose of non-reality, right?
Yeah.
The first is a complicated conversation about a complicated program.
Oh, God. So
called And Just Like That. And Just Like That, we were talking about And Just Like That.
Yeah, we did it.
Season 1 was rough. Season 2 was rougher. Season 3 may be the roughest yet.
It is,
now,
in my opinion.
I just want to preface by saying that this season is challenging me in a way that the other seasons had not challenged me because I love Carrie Bradshaw so much. I love the fantasy world of New York City that they live in so much that I would say it's like pizza. Even when it's bad, you're not mad that it's there, That's my relationship with pizza. I don't know, you might have a different relationship.
Yeah.
But that's how I used to feel about And Just Like That. But I find that currently what they are doing with the character of Carrie Bradshaw that I love so much is actually making me wonder if perhaps they should have quit while they were just a little behind, as opposed to now so deep in the hole.
Yeah.
And I think the last thing I just want to say to open up this conversation is that this comes from a place of love because I don't think I love a TV show more than I love Sex and the City. And it still nourishes me. It's a place I always want to return to. And so I just want the best for these characters and for this world. And I don't want to just jump on the hate train because I know it's very in vogue to, hate on And Just Like That. And I don't want it to be an expression of unchecked misogyny or the fact that these are women of a certain age and I'm thrilled for all of this. In fact, I wish there was actually more of Carrie as a woman of a certain age, dating. Let's see that, you know?
Completely.
But we have issues. We're taking umbrage with a lot of what's being presented. Okay, take it away.
No, I mean, I just agree with everything you're saying, particularly that last point about seeing her date. That, to me, would be the most exciting aspect of watching a show about this character in her 50s now.
Yeah.
I want to, she's got all the money
she's
that
rich as
she's
hell.
ever wanted and she can wear and buy whatever she wants. And I just feel we haven't followed the journey of that character in an interesting way.
Yeah.
Even her losing her husband in that first season, like following the grief of that, I think was really interesting. But then I just don't think they like took her new beginning
seriously enough.
Yeah.
Like they gave us like a few dates and then they just trotted Aiden back out here and they were like, no, it was always Aiden all along.
Yeah, and I think they probably thought that's what we wanted.
Well, they were wrong.
Yeah, that was like an episode.
I want the old Aiden. I don't like this new Aiden, you know? Like
right. Yeah, like I would even take like I think we all had that moment in Sex and the City 2 when he showed up in the market and they were
in
like
the souk.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh my god." And we were like, "Yes, Aiden's back." And we all like got excited and it was ships passing, but yeah, we could have left it there maybe.
When is the last time you
Or just
watched
done that
Sex and the
again.
City 2?
It's been a long time.
I think we need to watch it soon.
Okay, the weird thing is that I was thinking that yesterday.
No.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's got so many problems.
Yes, for sure. But you know what it has?
Oh, wow.
Samantha Jones.
Yeah.
Even though she's like going through menopause and like smuggling yams into like Abu Dhabi just to like keep her hormones balanced.
I mean, look, that's more interesting than anything that's going on in Just Like That as far as
So
I'm
true.
concerned.
So true.
Because, like, you know, I don't want to give too many spoilers. But if you're not watching Just Like That, that's okay. But, you know, I think the Charlotte storylines and the Miranda storylines are just not that interesting. And, like, they just don't feel, I mean, look, they never felt like real people, but they did feel like they had real emotional lives.
I don't know. I think they did feel real to me in the show. Maybe that's because I'm not a real person, but like they felt real to me.
I think
like
that's it.
Yeah, well, it's just me and Tiny Chef in a realm that doesn't actually exist.
Well, good. Then you'll negotiate the house deal.
But also, yes, I'm happy to do it because I'm a realtor actually in non-reality. So
Perfect.
I have the credentials. I think that, okay, so people as they get older, they can become more crystallized. They can become more idiosyncratic.
Yes.
So that is true, but I feel like these characters, as they're getting older, are actually like veering away from the core of who they are, as opposed to like circling that tower. So I have these close friends that I've known since high school, and that's a long time ago, and we've changed a lot. But the core of who we are is the same. Like the marrow of our personality, you know, it doesn't change that much. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like Carrie Bradshaw has changed in a way that I don't really love. Like I turned to Angel and I was like, my hot take is like, is Carrie Bradshaw a Karen? You know, like there's some
Right.
Karen-esque behavior. Was she always a Karen? Maybe I didn't clock that and now it's being revealed. I don't know. But I don't like what I see.
No, she's not very likable.
No,
And,
she's not.
Yeah. And there were people that never liked her.
And now I see why.
Right. Now I'm like, oh, fuck. Were they right all along?
Mm.
And I was wrong because, like, she's
not a good friend.
No, she was so nasty to Miranda in
She's
this
so
last episode we watched.
self-absorbed and passive-aggressive.
Yeah. We also, there's like, it's not appointment television for me anymore.
No.
Like, I was like wanting to watch it the second it came out. And now I'm like,
We're still going to host
Days
our
and days
Thursday
can
night.
go by.
We're still going to host our Thursday night viewings because it's easier to watch it with community, you know?
that is true.
Because we can like all like take the collective brunt of how bad it is together, you know?
Yes. Yes. And who knows? We can hold out hope that maybe it will get better.
Yeah, we're only halfway through.
Yes.
There could be a big turn.
It could go somewhere great.
All right,
Here's
so
hoping.
all right, so that was our diatribe on Just Like That.
Yeah.
Sorry, SJP.
Yeah. Still love. There's still love.
And now we want to talk about Adults,
Yes.
which we watched in a hot minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you all watched Adults?
It's on FX.
FX. And which is on Hulu.
So you can just binge the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, it's like 5 early, mid to mid-late 20-year-olds,
Okay, fair.
right? I think they go from like 24 to 28, maybe?
25. Yeah, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there.
Sure.
They all live in a house together.
In Queens.
They're hot messes, but they're all like learning to be adults for the first time.
Yeah.
I feel like at 40, I'm learning to be an adult for the first time, but that's fine. That's besides the point. But these are like little 20-minute episodes. It's kind of like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia meets Happy Endings with like the lens
Yeah.
of Broad City applied to it.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to distill it.
And it's very funny.
So funny.
And some of the characters are really, really spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite episode or a favorite character you'd like to share?
I mean, I love the gay character.
Anton.
Yeah, Anton is probably my
gosh.
favorite.
Same.
That actor, Owen Thiel, I believe is his name, is like so funny.
So funny.
Just just the most perfect comedic timing.
The comedic timing is so good.
And just feels like a real person,
Yeah.
even though it's the most outlandish characterization of a person. I think probably both of our favorite episodes was this friend slut
The friend slut episode,
that
I think
featured
about
him
it all the time.
Yeah, basically. Well, because
I was accused of being a friend slut. And I can't deny it.
Okay, good.
I mean, maybe we should set up what a friend slut is so then I can justify why it's not a bad thing.
We'll explain to the people what you are.
Okay, well, my friend Molly was like, have you seen episode whatever of Adults because you're a friend slut? We were like out at the bar and I was like talking to a stranger at the table next to us. And I was like, excuse me, what did you just call me? Like, I'm not a friend slut. So Anton in episode 3 of Adults, they realized that he has like 4,000 unread text messages from people who he saved in his phone as like cute scarf, nice eyes, or just like random strangers that he's like developed these deep relationships with, and they're like texting him and then he doesn't respond at all. and what it suggests is that like he is somebody who is like developing intimacy very quickly with strangers and then not following up on it, which is not me. I like to think that I follow up on that intimacy that I build with people.
I would.
But
think so.
I definitely, I'm a friendly person. I like people. I'm not afraid to just kind of like go in quickly with a stranger and make them my new best friend for the moment that we get to share together.
Right.
And I also think that like teaching Pilates is like the greatest use of my friend slut powers, because for the time that we share together, I'm like, we're just here to like enjoy our time. So like, let's hang out,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big on like professional boundaries. It's not really something.
Or personal boundaries for that matter.
No, I have personal boundaries. Do I not have personal boundaries?
We'll discuss this at another time.
Anyway.
I'm teasing.
But I will say, I've just been thinking about this, and I think slut is we're very pro sex work in this household, and I'm here for sluts, and I guess I am a friend slut, and I'm okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I felt like that whole concept and that whole episode was not just funny, but also elucidating.
Right.
Taught me something about myself.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
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 And now you can differentiate amongst the tiers of friends that you have.
You know what though? Like as like a healer and a reader, when I'm like meeting strangers for the first time, which I do all the time, right? And I'm giving them a reading, like we're going very deep, very quickly. That's the nature of the work. I always say to myself before I like jump into a reading that like my job really is to not judge and love this person as best I can for the next amount of time that we have together.
Uh-huh.
And I think that it's something I'm good at doing. And perhaps that has just like gotten that muscle really in shape. So when I'm out in the world, and it's not like I'm giving readings to people like willy-nilly, but I think when I meet somebody, I just like, it's easy for me to open my heart to them.
Right.
And that makes me a friend slut.
Yeah. So you really, really live that maybe strange saying of a stranger is just a friend you haven't met yet.
You know what? I really do.
Yeah. That's you.
Yeah, that's me.
Which I get. Look, I was thinking about this actually recently, that like I understand the high of it because I don't know if you remember, but there was like a moment maybe like last month where I was in line to pick up some food that I'd ordered, and this woman was in front of me with this really cute jacket on, and I texted you like, oh, you love this jacket that this woman's wearing?
Yeah.
And you were like, well, ask her where she got it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, which is so not a thing. I'm like, I'm here to execute my needs and
I'm
move
here
on.
to pick up my lunch.
Yeah. But instead I was like, your jacket is so cute. And she was like, oh my God, thank you. And I was like, where'd you get? I was like, my husband's been looking for one that's like it. And we just got into a conversation. And then she was like really struggling to find in her email where it was from. And she was like, no, but I want you to have it. And I was like, don't worry about it. She's like, no, no, no. And then she was like, put your number in my phone and I'm going to find it. And I was like, okay. And then she did. And then we had this whole like day long text back and forth. And I was like having such a high, like from, just having like, and I think I might have like called her, like put her name and then put like jacket girl or something.
You are a repressed friend slut. You just need to liberate yourself.
Maybe I do.
Yeah. I think part of this is like what the pandemic did to us.
Yeah.
And we spent so much time in like Zoom rooms and afraid of other people because we thought that other people had a communicable disease that could potentially kill us.
Yes.
And it just like shut us all down. So you're in line to pick up your lunch, and instead of like being in the world with other people who are in line to pick up their lunch, you're like, no, I'm just here to execute. And like, I'm not going to, I see this in my Pilates classes sometimes too, where like people are on their reformer and I can see them trying to pretend that like there's nobody else in the studio. And I'm like, Diva, we're all here together. Like,
Right.
Let's take these imaginary walls down because we're in the world together.
True.
Let's be in the world together.
Well, I actually think that's a beautiful segue.
Oh, into?
Because I think that our top headline of our next segment like relates a little bit to this being all in it together.
Okay, well, stop
shifting.
teasing me. Let's dive into this episode's cosmic update. Did you not like how I did that?
No, I love it.
Okay,
That was great.
Bringing the drama.
Yeah, look at you.
I'm still not looking at the camera enough, but I'm going to get there.
You're doing great.
Hey, Taylor.
Uranus and Gemini.
Grr.
So Uranus shifts into Gemini July 7th. So when this episode comes out, it will already have happened. And it's there through November. And then it's going to pop back into the last degrees
Of Taurus
again. Just to, for a little quick, like, hey, just in case you forgot to clean this mess up, time to do it.
Or make more
Or
of
make a little bit more of a
in case
mess.
you forgot to blow this up.
Totally. And then it'll be back in Gemini next year, like fully. But we're getting like the full taste of it for a good number. I mean, it's a second, it's a summer and a fall of Uranus in Gemini. And I feel like what you were saying earlier about like being in space with people and sort of remembering that need to reconnect in like new ways is somewhat Uranus and Gemini.
Oh my gosh. Like me making friends with our neighbors.
Right. Yeah. It feels to me like that's an expression of it.
Well, Gemini is your neighborhood, first and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
It's your brothers and your sisters, your siblings. Short trips.
Yeah. Short trips.
Short trips.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. So anyone who is a Gemini, first and foremost, or has some Gemini in your chart, like Uranus is going to come here to revolutionize,
Liberate.
shake shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's going to, the Geminis are going to have a little bit of like upheaval in their personalities.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
It's
like, Geminis are already hard to peg.
Uh-huh.
But I think it's going to be a little bit of like now for themselves internally being like, oh, shoot, like, who am I really? What do I really want? Like, I think there is some of that just generally speaking for just the Gemini people.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think when it comes to just the shift of Uranus into Gemini, Uranus being that planet of revolution, rebellion, of change, in real ways. And I always like to think of Uranus being the planet of authenticity because it tries to like boil things down to like their most authentic nature.
Yeah.
In a way. And that's what sparks the changes. It's like, wait, how far away have we gotten from who we really are? Like, let's blow this thing up to get us back to remember.
Yeah.
So I think then having it be in Gemini, which is communication, the mind, the way we think about things as well. Like, I think just collectively we're all sort of being forced into a bit of like changing our minds, changing the way we think about things, and also revolutionizing the way we communicate, which we already know AI is doing
Totally.
in huge ways.
Oh my God, there's so much to talk about with this
know.
this ingress here, with this transit.
Yeah.
I think the place I want to approach it is actually to bring in something one of our students said when we were doing our year ahead workshop part 2. Salida mentioned the fact that we only discovered Uranus like 200 years ago. We don't know her. Like we don't really know who she is.
Yeah.
And when Uranus was discovered, she was in Gemini. So Gemini is a sign of curiosity, and I think we need to approach this transit with curiosity. Like, who is Uranus, and what is she going to do in Gemini, as opposed to feeling like, okay, like we have a handle on Uranus, like we know what to expect, because I think like expecting the unexpected is Uranus in the first place, and in Gemini, an air sign especially, like that's going to happen.
Right. So all the things we think we know about her,
she's going to revolutionize.
She's going to teach us even new things. So really, Uranus, she's a woman of mystery.
She's like Carmen Sandiego, honey.
Oh my gosh. I love that for her.
Yeah, I love that for her too.
I want to put together looks for her.
Wait, just when I thought we couldn't get gayer, like calling Uranus Carmen Sandiego is maybe one of the gayest things I've ever said in my life.
Mentally just threw a wig on a planet.
Yeah, and the trench coat. Yeah, for sure. It's fierce. So good.
Like a crystal-studded, magnifying glass.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, she's fierce.
Yeah, she's fierce.
All right.
A huge satchel.
All right, so what else is Uranus and Gemini for you?
Well, what I also want to talk about is how she leaves Taurus. Because Uranus and Venus are going to meet up at the very last degree of Taurus, which is spectacularly significant because Venus is the planet that Uranus has been answering to this whole time that they've been moving through Taurus. So it's like the ruler of the sign is almost like, I don't know exactly like what she's doing with Uranus. Like, is she helping Uranus wrap up her experience? Are they downloading? Is she giving her a gift? Is she kicking her out? Is she saying like, honey, get out of my house. You have been in Taurus too long.
Get out of my way.
But it's very interesting that they're meeting up together at that last degree before they essentially then both move into Gemini together.
Yeah, well, I think Venus moves first, obviously, because she's a little faster.
Yeah. She serves an eviction notice, and then she's like, I trust that by the time I get back here, you will be gone.
Yeah, and then I believe she like immediately meets Pluto, like has a trine to Pluto.
Who? Uranus?
Uranus.
Well, technically they don't. They don't actually do the exact trine because Pluto's at 3 degrees and Uranus moves slowly. So
no, I'm talking about Venus.
Oh yeah, Venus trines Pluto.
I think Venus moves in and immediately trines Pluto. Like that's
within
her
like
first,
a day or two.
Yeah, that's like her first entry.
Yeah.
In. And
she's, I think, whispering to Pluto, like, hey, just so you know, Uranus is coming.
Right. Yeah. Such a Persephone Hades meeting.
Yeah. Well, and I do think that the Uranus and Gemini and the Pluto and Aquarius, these two very disruptive planets in air signs, among other things, speak to the relationship between AI and news, communication, technology. Like that is the disruption that we can look forward to for the next couple of years.
Yeah, say more.
Oh, I mean, okay, I think I said this last episode. Maybe I didn't. Like, we already have a little bit of an understanding of what Uranus and Gemini is because the stupid president of our country is a Gemini and has a Uranian quality. And so I even think the idea of fake news is very Uranus and Gemini.
Right.
I think the evolution of that is like fake news or just like multiple news for multiple realities. There's no longer a shared reality. Like Gemini is the sign of the binary. It's this or that. It's either or. And Uranus and Gemini is almost like, no, there is no more binary. Like it's not like you don't have one side or the other. You have multiplicity. There's like infinite realities now. Like it's kind of like mind-blowing, right? And everyone is living in their own reality, and shared reality is hard to come by because you have people who are consuming news, which isn't news. It's, videos, images, articles that have no truth. There's no bearing, right?
Yeah.
So I do think that in general, news media is going to be revolutionized with Uranus in Gemini.
Right.
And the relationship between Uranus in Gemini and Pluto in Aquarius is like feeding more and more artificial intelligence, speeding up technology. Also, in some ways, like fracturing and breaking apart our sense of humanity, because Pluto is, death and rebirth.
Yeah.
And Aquarius is the sign of humanity. So it's challenging our own sense of what humanity is.
Yeah.
I mean, even these conversations we're going to start to have about like, does AI have a soul? Do robots have a soul? Like that's very Pluto and Aquarius.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, do you think this is like when everyone, in quotes, everyone starts to get like an AI best friend?
I hope not.
Like, I feel like that's already happening. Like, there's just so many people who are having like real
relationships.
Yeah, like,
chatbots.
Daily relationships. And
Yeah.
now I wonder if Uranus and Gemini is when it just becomes even more steeped in that a little bit.
Probably because it's taking it out of the Aquarian big picture and into the super relatable Gemini, right? Like Gemini's our first air sign. It's personal air.
Right.
And Aquarius is our last air sign. It's like cosmic air, universal air.
Right.
So now there's this relationship where it's like this idea of Pluto in Aquarius, of AI, of technology, and how fast it's moving becomes personal with Uranus and Gemini.
Yeah. Well, I do feel like we should challenge ourselves.
Don't you challenge me.
Okay, fine. Well, I don't have to challenge you actually with this because you do just fine. I want to challenge everyone else to work hard at keeping human friends.
Oh my goddess, yes.
Yeah, to not push that aside.
No.
I think it's interesting to engage with the technology.
Yeah.
But to try to remember that it is technology.
Mm-hmm.
Like I have this, I don't know, I like personally, from like a writer standpoint, like we've talked about this, like, I understand like how exciting it is to utilize AI with like writing techniques or questions or writing prompts or just trying to like, use it to help you finesse the way you're doing work.
Or to make more efficient your process.
Yeah. Like that, I totally understand all of it, but I do feel like it could become easy to cross a line with it and then just get into like the space that we were all, I mean, you think back to like the writer's strike here in Hollywood and how everyone was like fighting hard to like keep AI out of creativity because it's like then the studios will just use it to create and then writers go away. And I think that that's the fear we're in now, or the place we're in now is that fear that like writers using it potentially to create fictional spaces are feeding AI all the information it needs to do so.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a tricky space to be in.
Yeah. And I understand that it's seductive because it can make things happen much more quickly than it would happen in the past. But I believe that sometimes slow is better than fast. I think about the slow food movement, or creativity takes the time that it takes. And just because you can expedite something doesn't mean that your final product is going to be better.
Right.
There's an organic process that has to happen sometimes when things are germinating and marinating. And maybe that's just because I've been working on a project for 5 years and I'm like, there's a value to that. But having a river of creativity is really important.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see, because I think hearing what you just said, like the villain of that is patience, right?
Yeah.
Or like impatience.
Yeah.
It's like, well, but AI just helps me get it done.
Totally.
And it's so interesting that we have Saturn shift in Aries, which we talked about last episode. Like, because Saturn in Aries is a bit of a like patience, like taking responsibility for your patience.
Yeah.
And so it'll be an interesting space because we're all going to be struggling with patience.
Yeah. Well,
and
the
then here's
Neptune
this
is there
Dang.
with the self-deception, which is like, well, this is okay. It's okay for me to do this.
Right.
And it's like, girl, it's actually not okay for you to do that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just something I think for everyone to be really aware of and curious about.
Okay, keep your human friends.
Keep your human friends.
Question what you're watching and what you're reading.
Yes.
It may not be true. It may not be real.
Yeah, and just like that might not be good.
Whoop. And everything does have a spirit. Everything is alive. That is a shamanic truth.
Everything has a spirit.
Correct. Including technology. There is the spirit of technology. You know, everything has a soul. But that doesn't mean that everything that has a soul is invested in your well-being.
Oh, yes.
Think about the spirit of a tornado. It does not care where your house is, right? It's not evil. It's just being a tornado, you know?
Sad.
So I just think that the spirit of AI, we're still meeting this spirit. We are still learning this spirit. This spirit is young, you know?
Yeah.
Still growing and evolving.
Yeah.
And maybe Uranus and Gemini is going to help us meet that spirit more personally.
Right. Well, as we said, shift has occurred now. We're in it, and we're there through November.
Yeah.
So I think it'll just be interesting to see for yourselves how it plays out and just how it plays out in your life. If you know your astrology chart, see where you have this Uranus shifting into Gemini happening for you, what area of your chart it's happening, and see how the personal revolution and the awareness wants to show up for you. You'll be feeling it. You'll be seeing it. It might be subtle because Uranus is a distant energy and it's a long energy. But, you know, when things shift right away, you do feel it.
Yeah. Oh, you're going to feel it.
So,
you know, Uranus,
clock it.
I don't know if Uranus has a lot of subtlety.
Fair. Okay, fair.
Okay, before Andrew kicks us out of this studio, I think we should talk about the void moons.
Okay, void moons.
Because we have a lot of planets at early degrees.
Yes.
Which means that we are having some very long moon voids. Angel and I have been noticing this.
Girl.
And this is something where if you can, you know, we've got Jupiter in Cancer. There's a lot of things in Cancer. We're paying attention to the moon. The more you can pay attention to the moon, the better your life is going to go. The more you're going to know what the weather is. These void moons are part of it.
Yeah.
So what is a void moon?
A void moon is basically, you know, the moon shifts into a sign and
it's alive. It's awake.
Yeah, and because it's making aspects to other planets. You know, it's like, oh, it's passing by Venus. It's trining Saturn. It's doing all these things. So basically when it stops making any of those aspects, stops having relationships with anyone, then it's just like hanging there. It essentially goes into what is known as a void, of course, space.
Yes. And sometimes the void, of course, is like 30 seconds. Like if the moon is conjunct a planet at 29 degrees, that's, you know, it's void for a very brief period of time because as soon as it enters a new sign, it's awake again.
Yeah. And the idea is that during a void, of course, moon period, you don't really want to like put too much, you know, you don't want to put too much on your calendar. You don't want to try to initiate things.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like a space where you shouldn't do anything.
No.
You know, you can like work on things that have already been in process.
Yeah.
It can actually be like a good magical space if it's the moon suits you.
Yeah.
Or it is. But for the most part, you know, it can feel a little bit like dead air.
Well, so the way I have been taught about the moon void is that it's as though the moon has been plucked from ordinary reality and is now in her own realm.
Yeah.
So the moon is the closest planetary body to Earth, really influences a lot of how we experience things. But when she's void, she's no longer here. Like if you want access to her, you have to go to her realm, which is why working on things that have already been in motion, you have access to doing spiritual work, creative work. But anything you initiate when the moon is elsewhere, probably not a lot is going to come of that because the moon is literally not there to bless it, right? Yeah. So I think that's important to know because, I mean, like we've had like almost like 2-day-long moon voids.
Yeah, and girl, I feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, by like the second day, I'm like, oh my God, this day is just
so long. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and I can't get things done. I get super tired. So I actually think astroseek.com is a really good resource for it.
Shout out to AstroSeek.
They have a void, of course, like moon section, and you can go on and it just shows you like when it begins and when it ends, so you can kind of track it for yourself.
Yeah.
But even looking at like some dates, like July 10th, the moon goes void at 18 Capricorn.
Oh.
So it then is void for a good day, 24 hours essentially.
Yep.
Same things happens like July 12th, so just paying attention. And then it's happening all through in August. There's a bunch
because the
of
moon
them.
the moon in Aquarius
Exactly.
has it's
like a 14.
A 14, yeah.
With Leo, I think, with
Mercury?
Mars,
Mars,
maybe
yeah.
Mercury. So yeah, just something to really pay attention to.
Pay attention to the moon voids.
Yes.
And try not to like initiate something in the midst of a moon void, because traditional wisdom is nothing will come of it.
Yeah.
But also, if there is something that you don't want anything to come of,
Yeah.
like Anne Ortelios used to say, like she'd send off her taxes in a moon void because she didn't want anything else to happen with it. She was like, I send this off and then I don't have to worry about it again.
Right. Fair.
So, use this to your advantage.
Yeah,
Because the moon's out to lunch. She ain't,
Yeah.
she's not collecting no bones.
Yeah.
Keeping no receipts.
All right. We got to get that tarot card of the episode in. Super important for all of you. So, I guess good to just think about if you have any questions, anything you want insights on.
So Uranus and Gemini, I love that you're introing the tarot, Paul. Keep going.
So, listen to the cards being shuffled, the ASMR portion of our episode.
And I always just like to say, trusting that this message will resonate no matter the future, place, or time to which you listen to this episode.
Yes.
Okay, just one more. Moon's in Virgo, so I'm feeling very thorough. I gotta be thorough.
Okay, girl.
Two of Swords.
Ooh.
It's time for meditation.
Mm-hmm.
It's time for stillness and silence. Twos, they're always a crossroads in the tarot. They represent a choice. Interestingly enough, I think in the Two of Swords, the choice has already been made. What we have here is a figure, and they're holding two swords, and they're kind of like crossing them in front of their face. But in this depiction, the moon is above one of those swords, which is saying that like, and we were just talking about the moon, which is saying that like the moon is decided for you. An interpretation of the Two of Swords could be like the old story of your life and the momentum that it has going against the new story for your life that you're trying to create.
Mm-hmm.
And the moon is choosing the new story because you are choosing the new story. You're actively trying to write it, but there is a momentum. And sometimes in order to get out of a old habit, we have to just like get still and let it exhaust itself as opposed to continually trying to beat it down. But I also think maybe this is medicine about things are speeding up. We're inundated with so much information, texts, memes, there's so much content. I was thinking about in the old days how like you had a book that you were reading and you were reading that book and that was like the river of creativity, like your whole life was kind of referencing back that one creative source. And now we have all of these different creative sources. It's like, it's hard to find our own selves in the midst of this like fractured, fractally world of information and media. And so maybe it's about finding the stillness and returning to ourselves.
Yeah.
So that peace gives us the opportunity to meet ourselves in real time.
I love that.
And have better discernment about what is real and what isn't real.
Yeah. When I see that card, I always think, in the quiet comes clarity. So,
mic drop.
Being in that space. Well, we hope we've offered you some clarity.
We did it. We did it again.
We did it again.
We did it. We did it. Can you believe the comeback is coming back?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. So excited.
It's very exciting.
As always, you can find out any other information on us at our website, The Spiritual Gaze.
Or just ask ChatGPT.
Right? They'll tell you where to find us. And you can follow us on Instagram, and there's not much going on anywhere else, but we're on.
And we have a YouTube now because we have videos. So.
Yeah, if you want to just watch us talk instead of listening, you can do so.
Yeah, it's a strange choice, but go for it.
Yeah, we're working it out.
Until next time. This has been your transit through the spiritual gaze.